Hello, welcome back to some more Stoneblock. How's it going? Hey, Alventine, you're first today. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Did you get up to anything good? Anything fun? Anything interesting? Hey, Bob. How was the weekend? I was just about to ask you the same question. My weekend was good. I actually spent the weekend away from my house. I went to a friend's house after a long time. My friend stays in a different city now, so I've wanted to meet him for a while, but he wasn't able to make it back home for like work reasons. So finally, this weekend I was able to meet him again after what seems like a year, but it's only been like a couple of months. But yeah, I stayed over at his house and we had a great time. We had a great time. I really enjoyed it, and I'm feeling a lot better now. My cold is almost gone, so that's good. Been messing around with the stream. Oh, interesting. What sort of stuff do you stream, Elventine? Is it Minecraft? Is it some other game? Okay, I need to show you guys a couple of things that I've done over the weekend. So on the Friday when my power went out, I set up this stuff when my power came back in the evening. So this is what I've been working on during the weekend. You had a great time? Oh, glad to hear you had a great time. Mine was good as well. Lots of chilling and laundry. Oh, laundry's fun. I need to get my laundry done. My clothes are stacking up. Shh, don't tell anyone. So this is what I've been working on. It may look a little different because I spent a lot of time working on this. But basically I've got 3 altars now. These are all tier 5 blood altars. And I've basically automated ethereal slates at this point. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a rundown of how it works. Basically I have this altar over here. It gets stone from an EMC link, and it converts them into ethereal slates, and once the ethereal slates are done, it gets pulled out and put into my AE system, and from there it gets exported into the neutronium compressor, which makes the singularities. So I've got 1057 of these singularities. I need to get about, I think, 500 more. So this should be the way this works is, this is pretty awesome, right? So the way you get oh, this is pretty loud. Hang on. Right. We'll get this down to 10%. So the way this works is, this blood altar over here is responsible for getting blood, and if you go down here, you will see that I have the well of suffering set up over here. So and I also put a dark matter pedestal with a water flowing time, so this works a lot faster. So this gets plenty of blood, and instead of the blood going into this blood altar, what it's doing is it's extracting it and putting it into this dynamic tank over here. So as you can see, we are at like 75,000 buckets worth of life essence fluid, and then from there I have an entangled block pulling that blood into this altar. Now you might be wondering, like, there's nothing around this altar. How do I have it working? Like, there's no entangled blocks, there's no laser nodes. Where are these slates coming from? They're all coming from down here. Basically what I've done is I entangled this blood altar using an entangled block, and I've hidden away all of this working underneath so that the top of this blood altar looks like super clean. Like, there's no wires, there's no cables. The only thing that's here is a dark matter pedestal, and honestly I could put this down there as well, so that doesn't matter. I just had this here to check how fast this works. It's pretty neat. Basically what I've done is I've made a process over here that this blood altar emits a signal of 15 when it is completely full. So I've set this comparator to subtract mode, and I've got a signal strength of 13 coming in from this redstone block. So basically what I'm saying is that when this is 15 and this is 13, when this is 14 and this is 13, it'll emit a signal of 1, and that signal of 1 will give this redstone link power, and then this redstone link is linked over here, which will activate this what do you call this, the laser node, and that'll send the stone into the altar, And I've set the counting filter. Hey Zulu. I've set this counting filter to do 3 stone. So it'll do 3 stone, which turns into 3 ethereal slates, because every single one of these singularities, it needs 3 ethereal slates. Technically it is whenever it's at 14. Yeah, but as soon as it's 14, the signal comes in. You see, the signal just came in, which means that the power is 1, which means this is at 14. Now this has sent the stone that is being converted into the slates. It keeps going. This is an automatic process that happens with the blood altars. So now it's reinforced. The next one should be imbued slates. The next one is going to be demonic slates. And then after that, it's going to be ethereal slates. As soon as this turns into ethereal slates, it's going to dump them into the ender chest, which will then get imported by my AE system. And I can speed this up using the watch of flowing time. The only problem with that is that this uses an insane amount of blood. And I fortunately have been working on having a backlog of life essence, so you can see how quickly this is draining now, because the ethereal slates take a lot of life essence. So in a little while I'll come back here and check how much life essence we have left, but this is basically the automation. And you might be wondering, why do I need this third altar? This is for the blood orb. Because this blood orb needs to be full so that our soul network will continue to be full, because the well of suffering takes LP from our soul network, so we need this to be constantly full. And this is now currently at 16,400,000 LP. Normally the Archmage's blood orb can only store up to 10 million, but you can increase that by using these rune of the orbs. And that's what I've been using around the edge of this altar. So this altar will just make sure that this thing stays full. And this also has a well of suffering underneath. So that's basically the blood altar, blood magic setup completed. And this will just automatically give us ethereal singularities, ethereal slate singularities. And then I spent a little bit of time working on a build over here. It's nothing too crazy, but I like the idea of this, so let me know, what do you guys think about this? This is what I've done for the demon realm. So basically I had these 2 inversion pillars, right? One for the hidden realm and one for the endless realm. So I went ahead and made another hidden realm one, just to make them a little bit more similar. And I made it like a void, so that you enter inside over here and then it's a void, and then you can click on any one of these to go into the realm. So spend a little bit of time working on this. I think it came out pretty well. What do you guys think? Do you like the design? Like, you just open the garage door and then you go into a void. Hey Spiders Kitty, that's so pretty. I quite like it. It gives a like magical feeling to the room. Like, it kind of looks like a platform out into the void. I think I like that. And then this one, obviously the highest one, is the endless realm, and we can go there at any time. These 2 are pretty much the same one, almost. They're the basic ones. I just have these for decoration at this point. And I made like this sort of design. I don't know what to call it, but the basic reason for making this design was because this inversion pillar normally just has smooth stone around it, and I didn't want that. So I decided to come up with this like a little bit of an archway kind of thing, to make it look like it's being held up by something. I think it looks good. I believe like this has been the most effort I've taken into building any sort of like portal room in my entire Minecraft career. So I don't know, maybe I can improve some things in there. I don't know, I haven't checked. And I purposely didn't add any like windows or anything over here, because I wanted it to be a completely like closed loop, closed area, so that you can't see it from the outside. So that's about it with blood magic. So we have the ethereal slate singularities automated completely, and I think that's... oh yeah, I did one more thing. This is what we were working on stream before my power went out, which is the Endless Pearl. So we were working on making these, right? So I basically got these automated. It's a very simple way to automate these. I got the AE system to export neutronium ingots from here with the export bus. I don't know why I extracted them. So those go into the laser over here, and then they get sent to these lasers, these laser nodes. Then the middle one just gets a nether star, and then the other ones get ender pearls and endstone, and all of that comes from the EMC link. So pretty easy setup. Items coming from here and here, go into the laser nodes, go into all of these, and then Zeus smites it. There you go. Thank you for the smite, Zulu. And this will make ender pearls really quickly, so we should get 1500 in no time. So that's one more automation complete, and I think it is time for me to finally do what I've been putting off for so long, which is compact crafting. This is going to be annoying. Okay, so we need some field projectors for this. I think I had some field projectors already, so I think I put them in the transportation table. Yes. So I believe we need like 4 of these, and then that should start scanning. Now I haven't done this in a while, so things might be a little bit different. Let's go ahead and take a look at compact crafting. So there's a few things over here available. There's a miniaturization projector dish. I have no idea what that does. I don't know what a base does. I don't know what a field proxy does. I'm just going to use this for now. Shift use on a projector to bind to a field. Use proxies for field automation with redstone. Okay, that might be interesting. Okay, so first things first, I need to set up the field projector. Now where should I do that? I can't put it over here because it takes a little bit more space. So let's go to the only place that we have left, this side. So this is my AE2 setup. I think we'll do the compact crafting on this side. Now is this 22 blocks as well? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 20. Of course it is. All right, let's make it 21 blocks. Shouldn't take too long. Hey. Alright, all I need to do is get rid of this and put it over here. Oh, that's the wrong block. Okay, I should just be able to do a infinity wand, and that should fill this up. I think that's complete. Alright, perfect. Looks good to me. And then we just need to move these lights by 1. And I don't see any crosses, which means that the area is completely lit up. Now, how does this work? Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. And let's see how these field projectors work. I'm pretty sure they need to be up in the air. So we'll get a little bit of cobblestone. And let's put down one of these. The area was still 1 too wide this whole time. Yeah. I made it 22 blocks instead of 21 by mistake. And you know, like in Minecraft, having even numbers is really bad. Is this the center? Oh my god, that is nowhere near the center. 21, right? So we need to go 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and over here. Okay, that is the center. So I'm gonna go over here 3 blocks up. Jesus, wasn't that the same mistake you made? Yes, I've done that for all 4 of these. So all 4 of these areas are 22 blocks instead of 21. And I can't even change this one because I already made the blood altars. So this one is going to be 22 blocks. Alright, So if I put this down, does it show me where I can put the other ones? Oh, it does. Nice. That's neat. So I should be able to put these over here. Aha! Look at that. That's a little bit smarter than the last time I've played with it. The last time it was like a completely different system. Oh, look at that. And that is one too high because I need this to be touching the floor. So we might need to move this down by one. It's not a problem. But that's good. That's good. It's a lot easier than I remember this. In Seopolis, when I played with this, it was, oh my god, it was frustrating. Especially because there was a bug with this mod in Seopolis that completely crashed the game. And I was on Mr. Wiggly's server at that time, so the entire server needed to be restarted like 3 to 4 times. Right, this looks like it is good. Now, what do we need? What do we need? We need to make the wall singularity, right? So the way you make walls is with one block of iron and one redstone dust placed on top of each other. So you place the iron block, then you place the redstone dust, and you throw an ender pearl into the miniaturization field, and you get 16 compact machine walls. What if you make it one more out on all sides? If I make it one out over here, this would probably come till like here. I think this is like equal on all sides right now. I'd rather have it this way so that I have a little bit of leeway to work with this, to work with this space. Because as you saw with the blood altars, right, it's gone right up to the edge because I didn't like plan it out very well. So this has gone like right to the edge. This is not what I would have liked. Yeah, it scales the crafting area. So the larger you have the projector spread out, the larger the crafting area. I think the largest crafting area is a 9 by 9. But for this use case, I think this one is just good enough. I believe the reason for that is because the compact machines themselves need to be placed in like a... Oh, so this is a 5 by 5 area. Okay, that's fine. Try moving it out one more. Okay, I can do that. So if I move this out one more, it would be like this. So that would move it out to over here. So it would be on this block. So that goes outside of this range. Yeah, that's a little bit too big. So this one is perfect. I think this one is perfect because I'll be able to make the maximum size compact machine with this. So we should be fine. Right, before I get this automated though, I do want to make the compact machines. So we are going to need a few compact machine walls and a block of netherite apparently to make the maximum compact machine. And I think what I'll do is I'll put my Botania setup for mana steel inside the compact machine. So let's go ahead and get some walls. We need some blocks of iron, we need some redstone, not red matter, and we need some ender pearls. So I believe the way this works is you put this down and then you chuck one ender pearl in, and for some reason the animation is bugged out, but it should drop the compact walls first. There we go. There it is, compact machine walls. Where are you gonna get all the mana? I'm going to get it from the Kekimurus. I'm basically going to be feeding cake to the Kekimurus using an EMC link. This thing will generate mana. I'll send the mana to the mana pools, and from there I'll start generating mana steel. Alright, does this work on multiple at once, or does it have to be just one? Okay, it has to be just one. Would a gluttony flower eat cake too? I suppose it would, but the Kekimurus's sole purpose is to eat cake. So it gets you a lot more mana. Oh, there we go. Now the shrinking process is showing up. Alright, so we need 98 of these compact machine walls. Let's go ahead and get them as quickly as possible. You want that to be your sole purpose too? Just eat cake? Yeah, that sounds like a good purpose to me. That sounds pretty neat. Imagine having a job as like a cake tester or something. Oh, cake taster. That would be super amazing. Just get paid for eating cake all day, every day. That's a tasty job description. Alright, I do need to try to figure out how to automate this process, and I'm thinking block placers. We should be able to place blocks using the block placers, and then to throw the ender pearl we would probably need like a dispenser. I think that might work. And we should be able to put the block placers over here and have them put them out there. Can you piston an iron block in place, redstone, and then have a dropper through the ender pearl? How would the redstone dust work in that situation? If I had a piston push in the iron block manual, you do not want to be doing this process manually, Zulu. We are going to need how many of these? 48 per singularity, and we need 1500 singularities. So yeah, that's not gonna work manually. Definitely not. Right, I don't know if I've taught netherite blocks to my transmutation table. I have. Okay, so let's get... Actually, why don't I just take this one? Yeah, I think block placer is gonna be the way to go. There's definitely other ways I could do this, but I think the block placer would be the best way. Okay, how does this work? Okay, so the middle block has to be netherite. Yeah, I can probably do a dropper or I can do a dispenser. They'd be the same thing, I think. And they can be controlled with the timer or a redstone clock. So we should be fine. Right, I had forgotten how tedious this used to be. And I'm gonna place a block of netherite in the middle. That's correct, right? Is that correct? I keep forgetting how this works. I think it is correct though. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, you can break those. That's a good thing. Right, so how do you make the machine? It's still an ender pearl, okay. Oh, nice. That worked. Come on, give me the compact machine. Yes, there you go. That's a task completed, apparently. Where do you get that from? Oh, there you go. Personal shrinking device. This is what we need to make in order to enter the compact machine. So that's a quest complete. And that gave us a basic battery. Honestly, we don't even care. If you had just 22 blocks wide, you could have fit 2 of those things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, this is 13 wide. So I would need it to be 27 if I wanted to fit 2 of them. And you forget that I have this one over here. So I can just make another one on the other side. Yeah, it would be 27. but I'll just make another one over there. So we'll use this one for automation, and then if I need to make more compact machines and stuff, I can make another one on that side. And I probably will. But for now, let's see how we can automate this. So if we get some block placers, can we use the factory block placers? I think that'll work, right? We're going to need some old industrial wood planks, dispensers, and metal bars. Wait, do I have factory block placers as EMC? Oh, I do. Haha, I was smart. Past Deadshot is smart. That's good to know. Alright, so if I place these over here. Okay, yeah. Don't place this in the opposite direction, please. And if I say you get redstone, oh, iron, you get redstone. Okay, it does place it, but this does not seem to be correct. But let's see if it still works. Okay, that seems like the wrong craft. Okay, it didn't work. Squirrel with a drop. No, doesn't look like it worked. Let's try that again. Nope. Doesn't look like this is gonna work. Is there a way to place it further away? I don't think so. I do not think so. So the way it's working is that instead of placing the redstone dust like this, for some reason it's placing it like this, which does not make any sense to me. So that's a little bit weird. I'm not sure why that's happening. I was sure that the factory block places would work. Let's try it just one more time. Yeah, see? No. No, it does place the wires as well. It's the name is block placer, but it's still fine. Sure, I saw someone doing this, but it's fine. We'll use a different method. I could use refined storage for this, but that would mean getting into refined storage and making all the processors and stuff again. I don't know if I can be bothered with that. Oh, you're saying it's because it's connecting to the placer? Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that. Alright, just give me a second. Alright, my hand started cramping up, so I moved my keyboard a little bit further away. Hey cat, how you doing? How's your weekend? Have the placer placed from above? Yeah, I was actually just about to try that. So if we do this, no. I'm gonna put these like so. Have this place like this. No, that can't be. Nope. That's not gonna work. I need this to be over here. Weekend was okay, had a bad day of work. Hopefully you're home safe and now you can relax. I don't think I can place this inside, can I? Like, that's not gonna work, right? Because that's inside of the crafting field. I can't have it go up one more. Because if I have it go up one more, then the redstone will go outside the field. Oh, I see what I did one thing wrong. Like this. Okay, now it should be fine. Yeah, hopefully now it's fine. So, block of iron, redstone dust. Aha! And then ender pearl. Rip. Rip, maybe? Rip. Didn't work. Throw on the block. Nope. Apparently it has to be touching the ground for some reason. That's odd. Didn't expect that. What is the minimum size? I don't know actually. I've never seen the minimum size. How should I do this? This is one of the reasons why I haven't been interested in doing miniaturization crafting, because it's not my forte. It's not the best. It's not the best mechanic to play with. The co-worker left a huge mess for you at the cut counter and it took you all night to clean it up. Goof. That sounds awful. Isn't 5x5 the smallest area? I don't know, I think there's a smaller area than this. Let's see. I break this. I think this is the smallest you can do. Yeah, 3x3 seems to be the smallest. And honestly, I might as well make it 3x3 because we don't really need that big of a projector field for this. So might as well keep it this small. Makes it easier to work with. Yeah, there you go. Now I just need to know, can I place a place over here and one inside? Can I do that? Or does it have to be outside the field? We have things called remnants, where if a fabric is at a certain amount and under, it's rolled into logs and marked at half price. I ended up having to create over 35 remnants from a pile of fabric that was stacked up on the counter. Sheesh. Ouch. I'm just testing this. Yeah. Thought as much. Okay, this might be a little bit more troublesome than I thought. Do I have a sticky piston? What's a sticky piston for? What you're trying to do? I'm trying to automate this process. So basically inside this orange field, we want to place an iron block, a block of or redstone dust on top of it, and then throw an ender pearl, and then we should get compact machine walls as a result. So we have 10 right now, that'll go up to 26. There you go. So that is the process that we need to automate, because we need like thousands of these walls. But I'm having difficulty with the block placers. See if you can piston the placer from the top. Piston the placer. I'm not sure you can move tile entities with pistons, Zulu. I can try, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Right, we have a piston. Yeah, I'm just check. I'll check. Hey, Canal. Yeah, I'm trying to do things. They're not working very well though. Okay, let's see. If I do this and give me a lever. Nope. Doesn't work. I had a feeling because the factory block placer has an inventory, because it's a tile entity. So you can't move that stuff with the piston. But it was worth a try. It was worth a try. Right, what other options do we have to place blocks? We might be able to do some block placers instead. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to automate the compact machine walls. Having a hard time doing it. Maybe we should try the block placers. A builder? I suppose a builder could work. With a blueprint? I've never tried that. Not a building gadget. What's a blueprint? There is no blueprint. From the building gadgets mod. Do you mean a copy paste gadget? I've never actually used this stuff. I've never actually used this, but I mean, might as well try it. Let's go ahead and make a template manager. Teach. Do we have the copy paste gadget? We do now. Teach. Gadgets. So we have the building and copy paste gadget. Let's put the exchanging gadget in as well. Right, now how does this work? So if I put the template manager over here, let's say, and then can I like copy this? Area copied. Now hang on. Need the blue template thingy. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to save. So I need like a template in this thing, but there's no recipe for the template. I don't think this works the way you think it works. I think if you have a template, you can load it into the copy paste gadget, but you can't use that to automate stuff, to automate a build. How can you automate a gadget? I've never seen anyone do this before. How do you automate that? By having a user? Well, we don't have a user in this pack, I don't think. Yeah, we don't have a user. So this would not be possible. Because oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, how do I why is this like being weird? Aha, clear. Might have to use the totals from computer craft. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, that works, but that's not gonna be automatable. Because there's no player simulators in this pack, so we're not going to be able to automate this. I might be able to use the RF tools builder. This is what I was actually thinking of. I would need to set up like a card over here, right? No highlighting. Do a single run. Entities are not moved. Builder at southwest corner, northwest corner. Like how do I make the builder work? RF tools. Is there like a template thingy that I can put? No, this is a space chamber. Oh, maybe I could use a space chamber, right? The space chamber controller, this block is one of the 8 corners of an area of space you want to move, copy or move elsewhere. The other corners should be normal space chamber blocks. So if I made some of these space chamber blocks, I might be able to do that. So we have a space chamber and we have a space chamber controller. And then inside of that, if I put down an iron block and a block of redstone, then I should be able to use the space card. Use this card to link with the space chamber. Sneak right click to set the channel. Right click in the air to show the overview. Insert in a builder to copy or move the linked area. Okay, that sounds doable. Let's see if we can make this work. So we're going to need some machine frames. Let's get a stack of these. Let's make a few space chambers. And let's get one chamber controller. I'm pretty sure this is correct. We also need some bricks. I don't know why McJD loves bricks so much, but okay. Right, let's see if we can set this up. So the way I think it works is you need to have these on the outside, like so. If I did this and put down the space chamber controller over here, and then we put an iron block and a block of redstone dust. Sneak right click. Is that correct? Channel 1. Sneak right click on a space chamber controller. Right click the card in the air, and that showed me nothing. Great. Right click in the air to show an overview of the area contents. So apparently it's not like linked. How does this work? It says right click the air, but that doesn't show me anything. Might have to be put in the middle of the thing to make it a 5x5, then put it in the middle. No, I'm trying to get this as an overview in the space chamber, but I don't know if that's worked. Like, how do I know that the space chamber is active? Is there anything that like tells me that this is active? You knew what you were saying, but it said it complicated. That's fine. I just don't realize how this works. I've never been a big RF tools guy. It's never been something that I've used a lot. But this is all a whole next level. Okay, where's the space chamber information? Apparently there isn't any. It might not be registering the iron block because it is not inside the containment. How can it not be though? Are you saying it's because this thing is not like inside? I guess that makes sense, but then it should be able to recognize the redstone wire, right? Okay, apparently you can't place down machine frames as regular blocks. That's news to me. Right, so if I did this, right? I would need to have this one higher because we need to place the redstone dust as well. So space chamber, eighth space chamber. Is that correct? Then sneak right click. Right click in the air to show the overview of the area content. Oh, I put it in the same place. Yep, sorry. It's difficult to gauge the redstone dust because you don't treat it as a block, right? So it's difficult to gauge it. Okay, it's still showing me the same thing. Yep, it's not updating. So either the space chamber is not active or there's like some sort of shenanigans happening. Does it need to be powered? Well, it doesn't show any where's my transportation table? It doesn't show any power as like a requirement. Yeah, it doesn't connect, see? It is not connecting. Maybe it connects on the bottom. Nope, it is not connecting. Industrial foregoing placer. Now, do we have any plastic? We have 6 plastic. That's not going to be nearly enough. So let's get some more. Oh, I have 100 tiny dry rubbers. Okay, then let's get a couple of these. And let's get some plastic. Apparently I can't get some plastic. You have to wrench it. Okay, who's gonna tell me that? Like, Mike JD, come on. Okay, when you say wrench it, what do you mean I have to do? Are you serious? Are you actually serious? That's all we needed to do? Like, hit it on the head with a wrench? Wow. "20 minutes of fiddling around with this and all I needed to do was hit it with a wrench." Okay, this is saying move cost. Is there a way to is there a way for me to do this as a copy instead? Hey nerd gamer. Do all these corners need to be the space blocks and the controller in the middle of the two of them? No, I think this is the way it's supposed to be. So what you want to do is you want your blocks to be in between all of these chambers, and then one of the chambers, instead of like 8 of them, you need 7 of them, and one of them needs to be the controller. I knew that because I've watched Chosen Architect play with this before. But hey, oh, welcome. Don't drop my space card. That's important. Right. Oh, look at that. Mode space card copy. It's actually saying that this is copy. Oh, jeez. Don't be yeeting me. I thought like I put this in and it yeeted me for some reason. Alright, so where's the preview for this? Where's this placing it? Oh. Now I've shrunk. Thank you very much for that. Negative 82, 7, negative 21. Negative 82. Oh, does this not do negative? Okay, never mind. It doesn't show me where this is gonna work. It does a radius around the builder. Okay, I do not want that. So this says builder at this, hit the highlight button. Okay. Visually highlight the position the builder is working on. There's literally no highlight. Is there a highlight somewhere over here? It did say 555, so I don't know. Yeah, but it should show me like the initial position, right? Copy from the space chamber to here, chest on top or below with materials. That's fine. Before I start this machine, I want to make sure that this thing is placing at the right position. Now, builder at southwest corner, southwest. So if I place the builder over here, is that going to work? I'm gonna get an EMC link. I'm finally back to normal. Okay, if I get one of these and I say give this iron and redstone, is that gonna work? Obviously I need to give it power and a redstone signal. I have no levels. Okay, so it placed it directly behind. Alright. So if I place the builder over here, I want this to do a single run and stop right now. Okay, so that's placed it. Interesting. Why is the wall not being created? There's no reason for the wall not to be created. That is discouraging, to say the least. Alright, what if I put this down here? Yeah, that is really annoying. Now it works. I'm guessing for some reason the redstone needs to be placed after the iron block and not at the same time, which is what's happening over here. But I don't know if there's a way to do that, like one after the other. As far as I know, the builder will always place the blocks at the same time. So this might not be the way to do it. Two builders? Oh god, I'm gonna have to make 2 space chambers for that then. Alright, just give me a minute. Constructor. How difficult would it be to get into refined storage? I'm gonna need to make some recipe sequencing, iron. Okay, I should be able to make some of these. Okay, let's try the industrial foregoing placer, because this one is definitely not gonna be the way to do it. It was worth a try, as with all the other things that we've done. Ah, come on. Yeah, this is one of the things that I don't like about miniaturization crafting. It's not easy to automate. If you just put an importer on the EMC link, an AE2 constructor should work. An importer on the EMC link? That would be a bad idea, because that would start importing stuff into my drives, and I do not want that to happen. I would probably need to make a subnet. Yeah, if I could make a subnet, that would work. If I made a subnet, that would definitely work. But then again, I'm not sure how formation planes work with redstone. Hey Dormans, let's try a formation plane. What do I need for this? I need a formation core. DMs? Let me check. Okay, so if that works, then we might as well do that. Yep, if system collapse has done it, then it definitely works. Right. Before we do that though, I just want to check how the formation plane works. Just give me a quick second. I just want to see if this works. Right? Formation plane is it active? Yes, it is. Priority 10? I don't know. Oh, ho, ho, maybe not do that. Okay, that just placed creosote oil. Yeah, maybe not do that. I should probably partition that before I start placing stuff. Hey, look at that. We have 73,000 creosote oil. That's not bad. Right. Let's partition this to have redstone dust only. Now let's see, does this work? If I give you a redstone dust, okay, maybe the priority needs to be higher. This does not seem to work. Alright, never mind. Let's get rid of this. And let's go to the factory block, to the block places from industrial foregoing, because apparently that definitely works. Right, so what do I need for this? Some pity machine frames and some droppers. It might be a mode issue. I didn't actually check. It might be. Let's get some droppers, some pity machine frames, and that should be it. Yes, sir. Block placer has been bugged for you. Alright, let's see whether it works or not. So I'm gonna need to put this. It drops logs in other players' dimensions. Drops logs? That sounds like a weird issue. Okay, so we need a redstone dust and a block of iron. And an ender pearl. I'm trying to set it up for latex automation. Oh, for the latex automation, I just use factory block placers. That's been working for me. Yeah, that seems weird. In other players' dimensions. Yeah, for this, I've just been using the factory block placers, and they've been working perfectly for me. But then again, this is a single player world, so I haven't had issues dropping logs in other people's dimensions. I've never heard of that happen before. That is like extremely weird. Ender pearl, he uses a sensor and a special dropper. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Sensor is pretty easy. Single player, it won't happen. Okay. I need to give these block placers some power. Otherwise, they will not work. Hey! Don't be doing that. Okay. That worked. I guess it works because this is like an operation. This thing takes like time to work. And then this one is working before this one. So it places the iron block first. And then this one places the redstone. That is probably the reason. Right? Alright. Thank you for yeeting me to the other side. Okay. Hey Jeeper, thank you for the follow. I think it does RF2 sensor to a redstone link, then the link goes to a factory dropper. Yep, that sounds about right. The way I need to automate this though is I need to get an EMC link and provide this with like redstone and iron blocks. But before that, I want to see, can we put add-ons in here? Because if we can, I would like to get some. RF2 sensor just looks for redstone to be placed. Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and stop add-ons for a minute. I just need to get 2 of these. And then for the speed tier 2, let's get 2 of these. Okay, processing tier 2. Get the speeds. Let's put one in here and get another one. And then efficiency, we want to get 3. Dissolution chamber is so incredibly slow even max upgraded. Yep, true. I had put a pedestal over here to speed it up. And after I got like 1500 of the singularities, I slowed it down again. I think that's more than enough. Don't really need add-ons because you can't accelerate the process. Yeah, that's fine, but having them place a little bit faster would be more useful. Rather than having it be 5 seconds per operation, if we could make it 3 seconds. Okay, hopefully this works. Let's get an EMC link. And I suppose I can put the link over here. And then we need to give this redstone and iron blocks. Right, that works. And then just one item pipe into these would be enough, but rather than using an item pipe, I think I'm gonna go with laser nodes. The reason is I'm gonna put a counting filter on these. Right, so basically I'm gonna need some item cards, and I'm gonna say on the down I want this to be extracting. Doesn't matter how much we extract, so let's get a card overclocker. Let's put that to 64 and 1 tick. And on these sides, I'm just gonna say, oh, hang on. Before we do that, let's get rid of this card for now. We should always configure the inputs first. So this is going to get a counting filter and say iron blocks. And it's going to be just 1 iron block. I'm going to put this on priority 1. Okay. And then the second card is going to go in here. This is going to be redstone. And this is going to be priority 0. So the iron block will always get sent first. Hopefully that works. Okay, that definitely did work. But yes, it did work. Nice. I'm hearing blocks being placed right now. Is that like failing to place the block because there's a miniaturization field thing happening? Or is it actually placing them and it's just like getting voided or something? That is interesting. So I don't want to speed that up. Fair enough. That's fair. Okay, so this thing is always going to have 1 redstone and 1 block of iron in here, and it's going to have 1 in here. Now, I guess what we need to do is get a sensor. I think I have a sensor in here. I do. So what we want is, let's get this 1, 2, 3, right? I'm gonna put it like this. So that's going to be sensing the redstone dust. So can I sense a redstone dust? Why is it up 1 block? I'm doing it in an area of 3 by 3. Why can't I put this as a filter? Does it have to be an item that I have? Oh, interesting. So if this can detect a redstone signal, no, it can't. What about 5 by 5? Nope. All blocks in the area must match the sensor. No, I just need one. Why are you being so mean to me, sensor? Sensing from the other side? No, isn't the purple side the sensor and the redstone side the output? I'm pretty sure it is, because I've used this before in the automation for the garage doors. So this side is the sensor and the redstone is the orange side, which is exactly what I'm doing. Now, but if it doesn't give any power to a redstone wire, then it's not going to give power to a redstone link. I need to figure out how this actually works. All right, let's turn this into oh. Okay, probably not a good idea to put the wire going into a field projector, because that's going to turn it off. Okay, interesting. The type is block, area 3 by 3, 5 by 5. Even 5 by 5 does not work. Oh, maybe I need to set a number for this, but I can't set a number for some reason. Interesting. I don't remember how this works exactly. It does do entities for some reason. For some it's detecting the growth percentage of a crop. It might be 3 by 3 on the same level, but why is it detecting the growth percentage of a crop? Where do you guys, like, do you guys see any crops here? Any crops at all? Why is this emitting a redstone signal? That's weird. He did area 3 and did it at the same height as the sensor. Alright, let's do that then. So this needs to be a block 3 by 3. He did area 3, right? Yeah, so it's sensing the redstone. So that's good. And then all I need is I need to cough. Yeah, and after coughing, I need to make myself a redstone link. Too bad these don't have EMC. Alright, so that's gonna give this a little bit of, let's put the ender pearls as a frequency. And then we need a factory or any sort of like dropper, I suppose. We have a factory dropper, we have a normal dropper. I'll just use a normal one. Transmutation table. Give me a dropper, please. Factory dropper. Alright, we'll use the factory dropper. That's just gonna need some metal bars and wood planks. Yeah. Metal bars and planks. It won't miss or accidentally throw pearls outside. Okay, fair enough. Should I place the factory dropper on top over here? Maybe I should teach this. Did I teach this? There we go. Okay.
People say that practicing Zen is difficult, but there's a
Top center. Oh, come on.
It's not difficult because it is hard to sit in the cross-legged position.
So like this.
Or to attain enlightenment. It is difficult because it is hard to keep our mind pure.
Alright, is that correct?
Pure in its fundamental sense.
And then if I put an ender pearl over here, now how does this work? Oh God, look at this.
In Japan, we have
Spring bias, pre-stress low at the bottom, high at the top position. What is all this? Drop stack size 1 to 32 items. I definitely want it to be 1. Drop delay. Okay, so can I increase the drop delay?
in the beginner's mind,
That's 2, 3, 4, 5.
in the expert's
How
mind.
many? How fast is? Oh, okay. Drop the stack on of each individual filter. Completely ignores external redstone. Drops as long as the external signal is on. Okay, drop delay and exact placement positions and force. Force. Okay, you're saying no delay. Okay, so that's no delay, right? What is this? External redstone signal indicator. How do I change this? Okay. Could you place facing the other way? Alright, finally. Hey! Don't drop my Paxil. Alright, which one of these modes do I need to set? Or is it just normal? So this is turned off. Completely ignores external redstone. And I wish there was documentation for this. Is there any documentation for engineer's decor? Dropper suitable for advanced factory automation, has 12 round robin selected slots. Drop force, angle size, angle stack size, and cooldown delay adjustable using sliders. 3 stack compare slots with logical and or can be used as internal trigger source. Hidden touch settings. Okay, in that case we might as well not do that. With the external redstone signal trigger, pre-open shutter door when ready to drop and waiting for the external signal. Drops all matching stacks simultaneously. Hover button 2 seconds for tooltips. It says drops all matching stacks simultaneously. Okay, that might not be the best option, but hey, who's doing what now? Oh, McKay.
Boop.
Boop. Welcome in, McKay. How you doing? How you been? Tired and busy? Yeah, that sounds good. Busy is good. Tired, maybe not so much. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I've been recovering from cough and cold, and I feel like I'm almost back to 100%. I'm gonna show you a build that I did and get your opinion on it. I don't think you've seen me play Stoneblock, have you, McKay? Extended the pipe from the 2 places to the dropper and added pearls to the list of EMC. Alright, sounds good enough. I'm just gonna put a laser instead. With a counting filter. It lurks from time to time, but not a lot. Alright, sounds good. TJD, welcome in. Thank you for the shrink. Okay, you gotta go. Yeah, the laser will be more useful because it can do a counting filter. Who's gonna play it yourself at some point, so didn't want. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, because definitely the work I've done has a lot of spoilers in it. I just want to show you a build that I did for blood altars in blood magic because this is the first time I've gone in depth with blood magic. I'm really proud of what I've created. Thank you so much for the 7 months of subs, though. I really appreciate it. McKay used to be my partner on Mr. Wiggly's server. The amazing builder. This is what is going on over here. Why have you stopped? That was weird. Why has that stopped? Just give me 1 sec, please. Why have you stopped? There's no stress. Oh god. MC. Welcome in, MC. No rotation. Okay. So if I turn this off, there's still no rotation. Oh, I see what happened. Ah, I see what happened. Did you guys realize what just happened? Who among you have realized what has happened? Let's see who's the smart ones. Let's see who's the smart ones. I'll give you guys a hint. I'm looking right at it. The redstone links over there have the same filters as these ones. I did not expect that to happen. There you go. It's back to normal. Oh my god. It's a good thing I took the wrong turn over there. Otherwise I wouldn't have noticed that for a while. But McKay, if you're still here, this is the build that I've done for blood magic. I'm quite proud of this one. That was a bit silly. So I've got 3 tier 5 blood altars. Send DM Whisper. Right. Oh, I was looking on Discord. Sorry. 1 sec. Where is my Twitch? I'm not sure, MC. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. So I can't say for sure. Looks like you have an altar for everything. Yes. So this altar is for the slates, for the ethereal slates. This altar is for my blood orb, and this one is for my for getting the blood, which seems to now be extremely low. I think I got here just in time. So we went down from 79,000 buckets to 700,000 millibuckets. Wow, we've been working on that for... I was working on that for quite a while. But we have 1775 ethereal slate singularities, so I guess that's cool. Oh, and this is the other side. This is the demon realm. Ruh-roh. Just getting sleep deprived brain to function. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. So this is my demon realm portal room. that I designed. So you can just use these inversion pillars to get to the demon realm. I think I'm really happy with this one. I showed this off at the start of stream, but I really wanted to show it off again because I think it looks really nice. Jump! Alright, let's jump. Alright guys, MC says jump. it's just blocks. The portal texture messes with your eyeballs. Fair enough. It's the void blocks. The literal void block. From the literal skyblock mod. So can't really fall through, unfortunately. But I made it kind of like a void like room. I keep going in the wrong direction. But this is my main hub, Mackay. Are they still actively updating the pack? I have not seen any major updates lately. There was one recent update which was to fix a bug, but apart from that, nothing else. Right. If that works, then we should be able to send one ender pearl in, right? Okay, so that did send an ender pearl in. I just want to make sure that this works before I put the laser node there. Aha! It works. Right, I'm just gonna check this a couple of times just to make sure that we have no failures. The redstone block goes in, then the ender pearl. Yeah, that works. That works. So I just need a laser node for this now. So let's go ahead and get a node with a counting filter, and I need to wrench it. So let's place the node first. I think I'll place the node over here. On the south side, I'm gonna need a item card. We need a card. On the south side, I need an item card that goes with a counting filter that says, hey, keep one ender pearl in stock. And then all I need to do is set this to the EMC link and then laser this, and that should do it. And then I need an advanced item collector for this, so let's go ahead and get one of those. Item collector. No, that's the basic one. Oh no, that was the advanced one. And let's get a drawer and some netherite upgrades. Oh, actually, I think I'll get an ender chest instead and send this to my system. Going to have to take a quick shower if you're gone before I get back. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Mackay, and hope you have a great shower. Exactly what he uses, any blacklist ender pearls. Yep. See, system and I are on the same track. He's just a little bit faster than me in everything. He's like Captain America. He's like Captain America, and I'm Falcon. Like, I do everything he does, just slower. Right, so I need to set this to be selected with the drawer, and then I should put some upgrades in here so that we don't like run out. So I think I'll put like netherite upgrades, and we'll also get a void upgrade. So that'll just continue working on its own. Right, netherite upgrades, void upgrade, and that should be it. Right, before I continue though, I'm gonna remove this. He duplicated the set up 3 times on top of each other and has pearls land on top of the other factory droppers. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, that should not be working anymore. This will be the last set. Put inside of a compact machine. Alright, so that's going to be the last one that we get. I'm gonna get an ender chest over here with an advanced item collector on top. Right, so this thing is Alright, it should be good. And I'm just going to whitelist compact machine walls for this rather than blacklisting ender pearls. It comes from pretty much the same thing. And for my magnet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blacklist ender pearls over here, so that I don't accidentally walk over here and pick them up. Not eyes of ender, my dude. Ender pearls. So I'm gonna blacklist those. And then turn the magnet on and put it back. So that way I should never be able to pick up ender pearls. Yeah, no eggs either. Did I put this in the wrong slot? I did. Alright, let's see if this works. The iron goes in, the redstone goes in, the sensor senses it, the ender pearl drops, and the crafting is complete. Almost. And then, yeah, the item collector picked it up and it's already gone. Nicely. Got no pants on, running around with your bit. Alright. Good catch, MC. Good catch. Thank you for reminding me to wear my pants. Alright, this thing is working pretty well, I'd say. I should probably make sure that all of this is chunk loaded. It looks like it is. Perfect. So the next thing we need to do is, yeah, check where they are ending up. 329. This should go up to how much? 339, 345. There you go, 345. Just as I said it. So that is compact machine walls automated. So all I need to do is go here and say compact machine walls get exported. And then I can just do this. Now we built another to make the machine that does the one with the netherite blocks. Yeah, I mean, we can do that automatically. We can do that manually. Yeah, singularity is more important. And that's that. This is, oh, heat. Welcome in, heat. Looks like Stream Elements having a bit of a nightmare today. Welcome in, Heat. How was Call of Duty Warzone today? What's the status? Any wins? 2 wins tonight. Nice. Let's go. It's always fun to get some wins. Do you play? What mode do you play? Do you play squad or single player, or like how do you play? Solo, squad, trio? I've never played Warzone, so I don't know if there's squads. Okay, nice. So 4-player teams. That must be fun. The last battle royale that I played was Fortnite, actually. It was a Fortnite no build mode. That was pretty fun, but I only played that once. Come on, get rid of the zombies. How far are you from Infinity Armor? Oh, pretty far. Hey, Mr. Wiggly. You play Fortnite once every 2 weeks. Now, the kids say you play Fortnite every fortnight. Alright, this is working pretty well. I'm pretty far from infinity armor because I'm still working on the singularities. So we still need the mana steel, balloon, and pig iron singularities. So that's going to be the next automation that we do. But I'm really happy with this one. So we should be good with this. I'm happy with this. I do need to decorate this room in the future. Are you doing the Britannia one now? I think I will, yeah. Because mana steel is going to take a while to complete. As far as I know, it's like 72 mana steel per ingot, per singularity. Let's see. Yes, it's 72. So we are going to need, how much is that? 1500 times 72. How much is that? That is 108,000 mana steel. That's quite a lot. So I should probably get started with that as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now, one cool thing about Britannia is that the Kekimurus has an EMC value. So I can make 100 Kekimuruses if I want. And I think I already did that. Yes, I do have the Kekimurus already. I dare you to get a flower pot and plant a cornflower and call it decorated. Okay. Apparently the flower pot just disappeared. Where did my flower pot go? My flower pot just disappeared. I did not see that. I did not see that happening. Alright, there we go. It's decorated. That's all I need. Alright, just to make sure, just give me 1 second. It looks great. This is going to be Zulu's decor. We're always going to have that over there. I love it. I love it. Alright, let's get another field projector going on this side. This is going to be for manual applications only. So, let's get those. And then I suppose we also need a bit of cobble. Oh, these lights are not in the right place. So let's put this in. And then this goes over here. 1, 2, 3. And we should be good. Alright, there we go. That's going to be the manual one. Anytime we need to make any compact machines or something, we can just do it from here. And I want to get something like a support pillar for this. So I think I'm gonna get some compact machine walls and turn them into that. Where did my compact machine? No, where's my neutronium compressors? No, definitely not gonna make them float. I do not like that. Compact machine walls. I just need some of these. Did I put it too high? I might have. Need a platform to build stuff on surrounded with stairs. Oh yeah, it's one too high, isn't it? Alright. No worries, no worries. We can fix that. It's pretty easy fix. if you did a platform and stairs, I think this is decent. I want this to be on the ground. Don't want it to be too high up. Also, one thing I need to do is, this is too high up. There you go. That is now a little bit more manageable. And I'll decorate this sometime. I don't know when. Sometime. But let's see, how many compact machine singularities do we have? Compact, oh, singularity. So we are up to 17. Okay, not bad, not bad. How many do I need for the tablet? Let's take a look. So the transportation tablet needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infinity ingots. 8 ingots. So that's going to be 8 times, I think this is 14, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 11. 8 times 11. So I need 88 of these singularities to be able to make the transportation tablet. We're not making 4 stacked automatic machine singularities? I don't think so. Rename the EMC table to MC is the bomb. Okay, I can do that. On a second. 88 for the tablet. Yes. Alright. MC is the bomb. There you go. MC is the bomb. I like that. That's pretty nice. Alright, let's get started with Botania. So first thing we need to do is figure out a place to put this. Where should I put the compact machine? Give me a place. Someone suggest a place. Machine room, create area, AE area and compact machines, or mob area. In the ceiling? Gosh dang it, Hickenell. Works both for the game and you. Fair enough. That's actually pretty fair. Alright, I think we're gonna place it over here. I don't know why. That makes me laugh. Oh man. This is gonna be annoying, getting to the compact machine every single time. You're welcome. Yep. Alright. That looks good to me. I'm gonna put my spawn point in the corner over there so that we don't mess it up. Giant Sky Whale Eye. Yep. Alright, so how do we make this work? The Kekimuris is a plant or flower that has EMC, so let's get a stack of these. Okay, maybe not break the transportation tablet. Now this thing can be, can I turn this into a floating one? That needs pasture seeds, which needs mana infusion of grass. Now grass does have EMC, so I could technically get grass from the alchemy table and then EMC it and make these all floating flowers, but I don't think that makes much sense. Let's just get some normal. Oh, I do have grass over here. What if I just did this? So 16 on each side. What if I do this? 16 Kekimurises, one on each, 16 on each side. And then I can have all the mana pools in the middle over here. And then I can collect the mana from the Kekimuris and shove them over there. That sounds like a good plan. I mean, it really doesn't need to be floating. Hey Quinn, what are we miniaturization? What are we miniaturizing? There you go. We were doing some compact machine walls, but that's complete. Is there a fluid port? A fluid port? What would I need that for? There does not appear to be a fluid port. But what would you use that for, Hikaden? Oh, MC. Apparently, breaking and placing the transmutation table resets its name for some reason. That's annoying. Maybe what I'll do, MC, is I'll rename the tablet MC is the baby, so that one will permanently be in my inventory. Fluid port in the compacting machine so you can pull it out of the machine itself. No, like why would I want the fluid? Like what is the fluid for? What sort of fluid are we looking at? Ah, there's no applied botanics. That's annoying. Right, let's see, how do we make this work? You can place it and drop in the iron for mana steel. If you place the spreaders first, then plant the flowers, they automatically link to the nearest spreader. Yeah, fair enough. Hikanal, I'm getting a little bit confused. Like, why do we need fluids? Like, that's what I'm not understanding what you're saying right now. You're saying that you can place it and drop in the iron for mana steel, but what sort of fluid are we looking at? Mana is the fluid? Mana is not a fluid. No. Mana is not a fluid. Definitely not. Mana is not a fluid. It cannot anything that cannot be bucketed is not a fluid. So yeah, you won't be able to use mana as fluid. Yeah, mana is magic. So what we're going to do is, as MC said, if you place the spreaders first and plant the flowers, they automatically link to the nearest spreader. Okay, fair enough. But I need to figure out how many spreaders I want for this. So I think 4. It can sit in a mana minecart for shuffling, but that's the closest. Yeah, there you go. Autobahn's got it. Could have sworn mana could be bucketed. Maybe in 1.12, but definitely not in this pack. Yeah, you can get mana in a bottle. That's true. That's how I got this Professor Deadshot's head. That's how I got it. Alright, now how do I make mana spreaders? They have EMC. That's how I make them. Alright, let's get some more. Alright, and it should I do like 16 of these? 1 for 4 of these. Like this. I'm only using half a brain because I'm troubleshooting my computer because it's not loading 1.18 or higher packs. Ah, fair enough. Yes, I did MC. I did drink it. And that's how I got the head. I just realized what I said when I said it. Roll with it. Just roll with it. Oh, I've been shrunk. Kitty, no. How will I ever reach the top? No. Just like that. Right. I know that these can automatically link to the spreaders, but I did place the flowers first, so I'm going to have to do these manually. Okay, apparently... Oh, they both need to be shift right clicked. Alright, fair enough. Alright, you guys need to stop making so much sense, alright? Otherwise people are not gonna take me seriously. Hey, talking retired. Right, so if I do this, they are linking to the correct spreader. Okay, see, this one is linking to that spreader. I would like it to link to that spreader. Okay, now these four, they need to link to this one. That is perfect. And then the final four, they need to link to this one. Okay, so these two are linking to that one. That is not acceptable. Okay, it's time to take the pants off once again. Deciding if you want to play something different tonight. Nice. Yeah, I need to take the pants off, otherwise I can't like float and do control and space in the air. Okay, looks like these are all synced up correctly. Let's place these as well. Right, 1, 2, oh, this one is wrong. That one's wrong. Oh yeah, those type of pants. Yeah, in game. Do you guys really think I'm gonna take my pants off in real life? Yeah, my pants are very restrictive. They make me bounce. They make me bounce up and down. So if I do this, if I have my pants on, and then see, this is what happens. If I'm playing, if I'm pressing control and space at the same time, this is what happens. Could I have no pants on for all we know? I could, but I do have pants on. Hey, good night, Heat. Thank you so much for the raid. I do have